Good morning, this is Eric at Peachtree Classic Cars and a beautiful 1962 Ford Galaxie 500 Sunliner. And I have fallen in love with this car. This is an iconic lead sled to me. And what I really love about this one, and I really, wish I could keep it. I haven't said that in a video in a while, but in fact, I'd really thought about keeping this, but it's all original and I just don't want to mess with it. I want to let the next guy do what they want with it. So the crazy thing is, this is a Survivor. This is the original paint. It's got the original wheels, it's original engine, transmission, matching numbers, and you can see the paint is cracked and faded. I had some guys in the lowrider community, they love the 61, 62 Galaxie convertibles, and then the Impalas, convertibles, of course, and had quite a few suggestions from a few different hot rod guys. Don't mess with this paint. Maybe even put a satin clear coat over it. It's the original paint, and there's no major body work on the car that would have to be done, except that the hood latch did come undone while the previous owner was driving it and dented this. But anyways, I've got a couple of painting buddies that are pretty good about, with it being like this already. Anyways, that being said, could be stripped down and repainted. But like I said, this is Survivor. So everything that I know of about the car is that it's original. Original door panels, original seats, which are in great shape. No rips or tears. I mean, this is kind of unbelievable. It's very, very rare at this point in my career with antique automobiles to find a true Survivor like this. It's got everything original. The only thing that may have been replaced is the top. The window in the top is missing, and we have a brand new top to go with the car. So she starts right up. Both of the lights work, which is really nice. Very mechanically reliable. It's got a new factory original carburetor installed, so just the carburetor was swapped off for another one that was original to this year, make, and model. Speedometer's working. Super easy to steer with power steering. The guy that I got it from basically found this as a barn find, pulled it out, went through the engine, did a tune-up, put a new carburetor on it, serviced the transmission, serviced the brakes, and I mean, it stops so straight. It stops awesome too. I know it doesn't have power brakes. It's got the original manual brakes. I say this a lot though. A lot of people don't realize that you can upgrade your brake system to power brakes very easily with a power booster upgrade. That's an under $1,000 project. I'm just saying that to be safe these days. That's a project we used to do for about $350 or so. Let's see, I want to park somewhere where I know that the shade's going to last me a second. I actually try when I can to shoot my pictures at least in the shade, eliminating the shadows and all that the sun likes to cast. The engine runs awesome. Wonderful purr. I put new hitch springs on. There's a little trivia question for you, all you guys out there. You may know this, but why is the key on the left-hand side of the steering wheel instead of the right in early year model vehicles? And the answer is that when they used to race these things, the gentleman start your engines was actually done outside of the vehicle. You would have to stand on the outside driver's side, reach your hand inside with your right hand, and you would start your vehicles, and then you would jump in and start the race. Everybody would have to jump in their car, close the door, put their seatbelts on, and off they go. So anyway, it's kind of a cool old little story there. Grill's in great shape. This is a grill that, you know, I want hanging on my wall. But I say that, and then I want to say this is a grill that I want on my Survivor Galaxie. I can't tell for sure. I don't know. This is in such good shape, this bumper is, that I'm going to say that it was probably replaced somewhere along the way. I really doubt that it's original. It's possible, but I doubt it, just given the condition of the rest of the car. Under the hood, beautiful. Like I said, got the power steering pump, manual brakes. You can change this. That's a single bowl. A lot of people say they're concerned when they call me. I'm just concerned about the manual drum brakes. Manual drum brakes that are dialed in right are very strong, and this I would have no thoughts or qualms about driving this car down to the beach today. And with this braking system, it brakes perfectly fine. But that being said, it's not that expensive to upgrade to a dual cylinder master cylinder with a power booster. It's a very simple, easy job to do. So pretty plug and play. For those of you who are concerned about manual brakes. Hood closes nice. The body on it is very straight. I know the paint is all cracking and everything, but there is not really dents. I mean, yes, some scratches. A tiny little spot right here. This car is almost rust free. Just aside from these tiny, tiny little spots I'm going to show you. That was another reason why I fell in love with this car, because I think somebody kept it in the garage at least, or I won't want to say kept it in the garage. Obviously the paint's faded, but somebody kept good care of it. I'll say it that way. It is not a rusty bucket. And typically for a car to look like this on the outside, you would think, oh, it's going to have problems, and it doesn't. It's beautiful. Rear bumper possibly replaced as well. It's in pretty good shape. Trim pieces are all here. And then the side pieces that are missing at the bottom of the door and going down. The rockers, I have those pieces in the garage. Decided not to try to install them until really let the next person do what they want to with it. They were off on both sides. And I've even seen some guys just take all the rest of the trim off, you know, and just have the upper body trim. So this is a awesome car, like I said, in the lowrider community, cruiser community. I'm not in any of those. I'm just a guy who likes these old boats. They are so comfortable. This car is very comfortable to cruise in, and all you need to do is turn the key and drive this car today, which is what I love about it. So original door panels, they are peeled at the bottom. Seats are awesome. This is why I said I didn't want to restore it, because I didn't know what I would really want to do with it. Old original carpet, faded. And actually this carpet could be dyed. It's kind of funny. A lot of times we will do that before we do photos and video. Take carpet like this that's faded, and about $20 worth of dye and a good stiff brush, and you can make this carpet look brand new with the carpet dye. Dash is in great shape. Nothing's missing. Radio, I want to say, I think the heater is not hooked up. Turn this on. So we're going to say the heater is not functional. I'm doing a turn signal test here too. Turn signals may need to be treble shot. Although I remember that maybe the indicators were. Nope. Oh, I just heard it click. I know that the lights work. I've actually driven the car at night. Yep, lights are on. I'll do still photography on the top. I need to do the photos before I put the top up, and so I'll do a lot of pictures on the top. The power top goes up and back perfectly. There's no leaks, hydraulic fluid leaks or anything like that. Windows roll up and down like they're supposed to. Like I said, matching original wheels and hubcaps. Tires are not new, but they have like new tread. And then to me, in some ways, the most important part of all, which by the way, somebody stuck this down here. The guy that drove it, because the hood flew up, got scared, so he put a master lock on. I was just gonna cut that off and I forgot about that. But to me, this original unrestored undercarriage is just so clean. When I bought the car, we were at a shop where we were able to put it on the rack and put it up in the air and stand underneath it, and we were marveling at just how solid and clean this car is underneath. It really almost looks to me like an Arizona kind of car. Those cars where the paint's faded from the sun, but the body and the is, you know, the frame and everything, it's just so clean. Floor pans look great. And of course there's some spots of surface rust here and there. But I mean, this is all original floor pans, frame rails, and I am not seeing, aside from that couple of tiny little pops there on the door that I showed you earlier, I think that's only thing that keeps me from saying this is a rust-free car. I know that the trunk pan, oh yeah, let's make sure we open up the trunk and do the video in there too. But I mean, look at these. At some point a newer exhaust was installed, along with a new fuel tank. I mean, just so clean underneath. These spots right here, this is the kind of spots right here that just blow my mind. So typically the Galaxies rust out here. They also have a tendency to rust out back here. I've had a lot of Galaxies over the years, probably at 45 or 50 of them. And so I know what I'm looking for when I'm inspecting these. And this one just impressed me with how solid it is. So this is a perfect car to me for the budget to drive just like it is. Or this is the perfect car if you're looking to restore something, because it's running and driving and all it really needs is cosmetic. Everything mechanical about it, aside from maybe troubleshooting the turn signals and some simple things like that, maybe getting the heater put back in, and you know, but mechanically running and driving, braking and all that, great car. I've gotten to where I don't want to do a project anymore if the vehicle's not running and driving. That's just my personal thing. I'm not a master mechanic. I'm really not even really that amazing of a body guy either. I just love these things. So anyways, well, I've run a little bit long, and I said don't forget the trunk, so we're going to do that real quick. That's one of the last places that's so important on these Galaxies we want to inspect. Let's see if I can hold that open. Do that with one hand and the camera. Old original keywork. So here's the original trunk lid. It still holds up. Man, and I love that paint. I'm talking, take that to the paint shop and have them do a color match right there, and then repaint the car. That was one of the things I had thought about doing. A few little spare wiring things that are happening here after, you know, 60 years. But man, this trunk pan is in incredible condition. This is a new top. It's in an older box that's been sitting around for a while. It's a new top. It's all there. All right, well, running a little long on this one, but I wanted to be really thorough. There we go. Just wanted to move that spare tire so you can see that trunk pan also there. So super, super solid. All of the hydraulics there. Man, love this car. All right, give us a call. It's Eric here. We're at PeachtreeClassicCars.com. My phone number is on our ads. We look forward to hearing from you. Somebody's going to fall madly in love with this thing. It is ready to cruise.